All right, hello again, everybody. Greg Verga here, Mayor of Gloucester, and welcome again to Music with the Mayor. Today, my guest is Allan Estes, who is, I guess, a legend in the city of Gloucester.
Well, in my own mind.
A legend in his own mind.
Yeah.
So, Allan, what have you got going on these days?
Well, I'm doing all sorts of stuff. Of course, you know, with COVID finally taking a bit of a back seat, things are opening up, and so lots of venues that were closed, or at least, you know, taking a hiatus, and while this thing passed, are opening back up. So I'm gigging more. I made a record over the winter with a guy named John Butcher, who also lives here locally in Magnolia.
I just met him yesterday, actually.
Yeah, and Sal Baglio, and we call the record Gypsy Caravan, Butcher, Baglio, and Estes, and so we're trying to promote that. And we did the whole record here, right here at Bang a Song Studio, right here in Gloucester, so keeping it in-house, as they say.
Yeah, nice.
Yeah.
And so where can people find your current music?
Well, they can go to my website, which is allanesTesmusic.com.
And that's right here, Allan. They're going to superimpose it later. allanesTesmusic.com.
Yep. And also at 1623 Studios, my show is still running 2 or 3 times a week, local music scene. And even though most of the things going on with 1623, I believe, are Zoom or town reports and things like that, they still do run some of the old things. And I did 110 shows in my day, so you can check that out as well.
Right on. Okay, then. Oh, and so the new album, Gypsy Caravan, is going to be available on the streaming services.
Yes, it is. It's out now, and we just this last week released our second video, which is a song called Long Player, and that's coming out, and so we're starting to pick up the ball and run with it.
Awesome. Well, COVID's over. Allan Estes is here, so let's enjoy it.
Thank you. This is the official song of the city of Gloucester, a song that I wrote with Frank Tedesco. We're proud of this one, and it's called Where'd They Go? There's a way that some men go out beyond the harbor's glow, trying to make a living from the sea. But when bitter northerns blow, people in the harbor know life is in the hands of destiny. Oh, the cries and the pleas of the women on their knees, praying that their missing fishermen come home. How they howl and they wail for the Andrea gale and 1,000 sunken fishing boats below. Where'd they go? Where'd they go? But the raging seas refuse to unveil the fatal news, so the broken hearts forever long to know. The fishermen from Gloucester go where the winds of fortune blow, and danger is a sober certainty. But nature brings its tempters low for reaping what they didn't sow, 'cause it's the toll for harvesting the sea. Oh, the cries and the pleas of the women on their knees, praying that their missing fishermen come home. How they howl and they wail for the Andrea gale and 1,000 sunken fishing boats below. Where'd they go? would they go? And they gather at the church when they've given up the search. Now the loved ones left behind will never know. As the years come and go, generations keep harboring hope. Holy church candles burn. Grieving widows wearing black dresses yearn, longing to learn where'd they go. Edited version of that one. Okay, let me see. So, back after the sinking of the Andrea Gale, there have been many men lost at sea here in Gloucester, America's oldest seaport. So Frank Tedesco and I decided to write some songs about some of the more colorful characters. And in the Gloucester Times, at one point, an article came out written by Jerry Noble. And you folks probably locally have seen the Noble electrician vans all over the city. Well, they used to be fishermen until this happened. And here's an old story about their old fishing vessel, the Corinthian. And we miss you, Jerry. Rest in peace up there, buddy. We keep your memory alive with this song, Corinthian. Not far off the coast of Nova Scotia, Corinthian lay in the fog. No sign of the coming disaster. A young sailor wrote in his log. They were aft on the nets, slowly hauling. At the bow did his grandfather stand. The captain gave signals and warnings, but destiny heeds no command. Freighter hit Corinthian and cut her right in two. 6 fishermen were lost that day. It was more than half the crew. And among them was his grandpa, who was killed before he knew if the good Lord let his grandson make it through. The Corinthian sailed out of Gloucester, where fate is the fisherman's friend. Just one of 1,000 disasters. The faithful abide till the end. The Corinthian met with ill fortune in the fog half a century ago. But Gloucester will honor forever the men who were lost down below. War freighter hit Corinthian and cut her right in two. 6 fishermen were lost that day. It was more than half the crew. And among them was his grandpa, who was killed before he knew if the good Lord let his grandson make it through. Whoa, rest your soul. Your grandson made it home. He made it home. Soul. Your name is on the monument. Your love for him is known. A freighter hit Corinthian and cut her right in two. 6 fishermen were lost that day. It was more than half the crew. And among them was his grandpa, who was killed before he knew that the good Lord let his grandson make it through. Not far off the coast of Nova Scotia, Corinthian lay in the fog. No sign of the coming disaster. A young sailor wrote in his log. Yeah, Corinthian. Okay, while we're doing tribute tunes here, I got to sing my song about Kay Ellis. For you folks locally, you know Kay and Tom. They, as the owners and of the schooner Lannon, and built by Harold Burnham, along with the Pinky Ardell. And they're responsible for bringing some of those beautiful sailing vessels back to our wonderful harbor. And we see them all year round, but especially during the recent schooner festival that we had. So Kay was very instrumental in the working waterfront and getting the boats back out. And it was always just so wonderful taking sails on the Lannon and our music cruises. And we miss you, Kay. And so I wrote a song about her, and it's called Humble Queen of the Harbor, for Kay Ellis. Our humble queen of the harbor, our humble queen of the harbor. So many lessons we learned out on these docks. Now some make a living while others crash upon the rocks. Yes, this life at sea can make or break a man. And she was always there to lend a guiding hand. Just a shack on the pilings was her castle in the clouds. With a smile and her wisdom, she ruled her kingdom proud. And the love she gave is all around us still. Our humble queen of the harbor. Now the sun's sinking low, the moon's rising high, the sky's all aglow out here on the water, and the red sky at night is the sailor's delight. From our humble queen of the harbor, our humble queen of the harbor. And then without warning, the years robbed her blind. Still she counted her blessings as she was running out of time. So forever in our hearts she'll always be our humble queen of the harbor. Now the sun's fading fast, the moon's turning gold, sending diamonds that splash and sparkle the water. Such a beautiful sight, being with her tonight. Our humble queen of the harbor, our humble queen of the harbor. We keep on keeping on, singing old sailing songs, and tonight we belong to our humble queen of the harbor, our humble queen of the harbor. Yeah. All right. One more from the Souls of the Sea catalog. And I always like to dedicate this to Joseph Garland. We lost his lovely wife, Helen, recently. And long Gloucester residence. Joe wrote a bunch of great books. One of them, quintessential book about Howard Blackburn called The Lone Voyager. And for you folks visiting Gloucester, if you want a good historical read about one of Gloucester's most colorful characters, Howard Blackburn, please pick up The Lone Voyager by Joe Garland and read that book. You will not be disappointed, aside from not being able to put it down. And if you folks live in Gloucester and you haven't read that book, well, all I can say is shame on you. You don't know what you're missing. Anyways, The Lone Voyager was the inspiration of this next song. And this is certainly one of my more popular local Gloucester songs about Howard Blackburn, called Not With Your Hands. Yeah. Like this. Well, my name's Howard Blackburn. I was lost for days at sea in a winter storm in my trawling made in 1883. With frostbit hands I rode for land 60 miles away. Poor Tom, before he froze to death, had nothing good to say. He said, Howard, you won't make it to shore. There ain't no power in your hands anymore. But I said one thing this survivor understands. You row with your heart, not with your hands. You row with your heart, not with your hands. Hey! Woo-hoo! Well, I lost all my fingers, half of both my thumbs. I ran around in Gloucester bar for fishermen and bums. I bragged I'd sailed to Europe in a tiny sloop alone. They laughed until I did it twice and broke their scoffing tone. They said, Howard, you shouldn't sail anymore. There ain't no power in your hands like before. But I said one thing this survivor understands. Yeah, you sail with your heart, not with your hands. You sail with your heart, not with your hands. Hey! Woo-hoo-hoo. Their cutting words will keep you down on your knees like a foul mutating disease. Pessimism is deceiving, so I gotta keep believing to overcome belligerencies. Well, I trekked around the continent, search of fame and gold. I failed and they all said I was too reckless, rash and bold. But I was just a salty Gloucesterman who would not turn up dead, who heard refrains of victory instead of what they said. They said, Howard, you shouldn't dream anymore. There ain't no power in a man who's not whole. But I said one thing this survivor understands. Yeah, you dream with your heart, not with your hands. You dream with your heart, not with your hands. And I said one thing this survivor understands. Yeah, you dream with your heart, not with your hands. Hey! Woo! Yeah, Joe. Okay. Thank you so much. All right, for my last one, I'm going to do a song off my newest record. This is a record that I did over the winter and we recorded the whole thing right here at Bang-A-Song Studios in Gloucester, trying to keep it local, with two of my really good friends, compadres, John Butcher and Sal Baglio. John Butcher, you probably remember from John Butcher Axis. He lives locally. And Sal Baglio from his band, The Stompers. And we call this our newest record, Gypsy Caravan. And I wrote the title cut, so I'm going to do that song for you. And Greg, thank you for having me here and all that good stuff. And we are coming up on the 400th anniversary here in our wonderful city of Gloucester. So I'm keeping my fingers crossed that we have a great year and we bring in all sorts of people that want to come and visit our lovely city. Yes. Gypsy Caravan. We are riding on a gypsy caravan. Hey, I got a dream to share with you. And right now is the right time, 'cause it's gonna take a lifetime to come true. I know what we need is a good old man-to-man, with all of us here riding on the Gypsy Caravan. So throw me the keys, we're going for a drive. Tell our sisters and our brothers to be waiting for us on the other side. We'll sing and we'll dance to our favorite band, while we're all out here riding on the Gypsy Caravan. On a Gypsy Caravan, we are riding on a Gypsy Caravan. That sacred home on high, where we'll all be together by and by. And here we are, gazing at the stars beneath the hemisphere, wondering why we're here. But there's a song pounding in our hearts, from the mountains and flowing from the fountains in the park. And God only knows, but I believe He has a plan for all of us here waiting on a Gypsy Caravan. Yeah, and we're all out here waiting on the Gypsy Caravan. On the Gypsy Gypsy Caravan. That last lick was for you, Greg. Gypsy Caravan. Thanks for having me.
Thank you so much, Alan. Awesome.
Greg, my pleasure. My pleasure. I'm glad you're doing this and keeping the music going.
Yeah.
We have a lot of local talent, so you've got a lot to choose from here.
Yeah, that's right. And that's a great segue. If you have some original music and you'd like to be on the show, contact the mayor's office. That's mayor at gloucester-ma.gov or 978-281-9700. And we'll see if we can get you in. But this has been a lot of fun, a lot of great Gloucester songs. The 400th is coming up, don't forget, folks. And we've got some shows that we've got in the can. Stay tuned, they're going to be released in quick succession. And we'd love to have you on as well. But our big thanks goes to this guy today, Allan Estes.
Thank you so much, Greg. You know, it was really a fun summer, and I got to play on one of the block parties, and the block parties have really come back, just as the Fiesta has come back. I mean, I hadn't seen crowds like that in years and years and years, and so people out there are really itching to get back out and have fun.
Absolutely, and that's another thing people, especially during the summer, it seemed like every night there was some free public music going on. And throughout the year, with the venues around town, there's pretty much music almost every night, definitely on the weekends.
Oh, yes, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. And so, when 400th rolls around, all you folks out in Iowa and Kansas, and just visit us because we got the music.
Yeah, we've got a year's worth of events, so stop on by. We'll be happy to have you. But again, thanks everybody for tuning in to Music with the Mayor. Thanks to Studio 1623, and thanks to Allan Estes for this episode.
My pleasure.
And we'll see you guys next time.